Hi, this is Stephanie Miller from The Stephanie Miller Show. Please enjoy this exclusive clip from my show on Political Voices Network.
My recommendation to President Trump is that you notify today that you're going to sign an executive order on Monday. One of the very first action is to rescind the Presidential Medal of Freedom that's being given to George Soros. Rescind it. They're going to say, well, you can't rescind it. So, well, okay, well, fine. Try me. And send a team to track down Soros and take the medal back. As a symbol, rescind it. And they can say, well, you can't rescind it. But you know what? He's going to be president of the United States. There's a lot he can do that you can't. And then send a team up to track Soros down and take the medal, rip it right off his neck. And then melt it down.
Aye. All right, that'd be Steve Bannon. Enjoy the butt hurt. Enjoy the MAGA butt hurt this morning. What's for breakfast? MAGA butt hurt. And salty MAGA tears. Oh my God! Can I just say, nicely done, Dark Brandon? Right? You have to say the Soros medal. Nicely played. Chef's kiss.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I mean,
no, I was going to say, and Liz Cheney and
yes, Hillary Clinton. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nikki Haley blasted President Biden for giving George Soros a presidential medal. She said the inauguration can't come soon enough. Oh, Nikki, there she is. So principled.
Yes.
So he awarded 19 people, right, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. I do think that George. Have you ever noticed Elon Musk is exactly who they always said George Soros was, but
Yes.
it really wasn't?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see who else. Bono, Michael J. Fox, Chef Jose Andres. That's well deserved, of course. The late Robert F. Kennedy. That might have been a little poke at brainworm. But yeah, good for him, right? I mean, these are all people that are deserving. Of course, Liz Cheney, I think, actually set him off the most. Trump, he said, all Cheney wants to do is kill people. Okay. And then he said the thing again about it destroyed and deleted all the evidence from their crooked investigation of January. He just can't keep repeat. I mean, I guess he is going to just keep repeating the same lies, and they are going to try to rewrite the history of January 6th, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, repeating the same lies. They're gonna pretend like it didn't ever happen. They're gonna pretend like what happened 4 years ago never existed. I mean, it's a revisionist history administration. And I mean, as you were going down the list of everyone who President Biden awarded the Medal of Freedom, I'm like, what does that list look like under Trump? I mean, is it going to be Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy? I mean, it's going to be just awful, and people who just don't deserve that level of medal bestowed upon them. I mean, it's going to be.
I mean, someone was saying that, even some Trump judges have stayed within like some, version of the law. You just have to hope that, we're not going to get a lot of alien cannons. But I mean, like this guy, I'll take one sliver of justice wherever I can get it, please. A federal judge on Friday refused to allow a January 6th felon permission to travel to D.C. to attend Trump's inauguration, despite congressional support and a personal invitation from 3 Utah Republican lawmakers. I mean, I don't know like how many of them he's going to pardon, but they are going to try to rewrite. When he's done, they will issue a report that he won the 2020 election, won't they?
Either that, or I mean, on day one, he's going to pardon all the January 6thers. I mean, he's going to pretend like all of them did what they did was patriotic and good for the country, and it's going to be a terrible day one. I mean, remember when Biden first came into office, just the amount of executive orders he signed and things he overturned that Trump did that were horrible. But this time around, it's going to be, pardoning his friends and starting to create that enemies list.
Yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, this thing he repeated again. Nancy Pelosi refused to accept the help which was offered for security. She's responsible and admitted as much. She just keeps repeating the same lies.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll just live in his head rent free.
And by the way, as she pointed out, the attack on her husband was an attempt on her life, right. A continuation of January 6th. Yeah. That guy and that attack, right?
Yeah, I mean it's such a crazy time that we live in where these type of things are even happening, and you still have Donald Trump fanning the flames and going after her in that way when her family is very much under threat, and he knows what he's doing when he's doing this, which is to get his supporters to be okay with using political violence as a means.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we keep saying, where's the media on this MAGA terrorist in Las Vegas that, echoed Trump talking points about, I mean, that was basically the rhetoric of January 6th. We got to, get rid of all the Democrats. We got to overturn the government. We got to, he was a Trump fan. That was his whole statement, right?
Yeah. He was a Trump fan. I mean, it's this, there was a Fox segment, that I caught the other day, and they were trying to talk about how our country is being overrun by these ISIS terrorists and by terrorists overseas, and then someone pointed out no, it's actually there are more domestic terrorists issued by the Homeland Security who are committing these horrible acts, and there are international terrorists, and it's why the FBI has been so forthright about the importance of combating this issue. But we have to start realizing that a lot of the problems that are happening is because of this rightward radicalization of a lot of predominantly men who are committing these types of acts.
Right. And the New Orleans terrorist was born here, American citizen, born in Texas, veteran, So by the way, we've been talking about bending the knee. So the way social media commentators quickly condemned Apple CEO Tim Cook, or as Trump calls him, Tim Apple.
Sure.
After a report that he joined other billionaires in donating to Trump's inauguration. He plans to personally donate $1 million to Trump's inaugural committee. The donation comes after he dined with Trump at Mar-a-Lago. It comes as billionaires cozy up to Trump, including Zuckerberg, Bezos, on and on. Cook is donating to Trump in the spirit of unity, is what he's... Because, that's what Trump has always preached, hasn't it been? Unity?
Right, about unity, bringing us together. Yes. But that's actually, it's such a scary thing because, they didn't do that in 2016. I think there was a comparison between, how much these, Tim Cook and these big companies donated in 2016. It was $0. But now I think that they feel enabled, they feel okay to do this because there's not going to be a third Trump term, or at least what we know of. But it's going to be really important to keep an eye out and hold these billionaires accountable, because I think a lot of them are going to start bending the knee. A lot of them are going to start donating money because they feel like they can buy out the White House, which in itself is a crazy thing to even imagine.
And all the people that stopped, they'll stop donating after January 6th. Everybody's lost their courage. Right? All the people that said, oh, no, we're taking a stand, this is it. And, they're contributing in the whitewashing as we sit here on January 6th a year later, aren't they?
Exactly. They're contributing. They're enabling him. They think that they can have access to him by donating this money. And it's going to be really, I think, dangerous time, because what they want to do is, Stephanie Ruhle talks about this a lot, but the big issue for them now is AI. And I think that by having someone in the White House like Trump, they know how easy it is to manipulate him. And if you give him enough money, if you give him enough attention, then he's going to listen to you and he's going to bring you into the conversation.
I can't believe you just blurted out another Stephanie's name right while you're with me. Men, all the same.
We love Stephanie Ruhle.
We do love Stephanie Ruhle.
She rules, as a matter of fact.
Yes. So he's being showered with cash from previous donors, as well as corporate interests, hoping to either stay on his good side or find future favor. It's just so pathetic, Victor. The Times reported he's raked in a staggering sum to be used for his January 20th inauguration. Well, if history's any guide, he's going to pocket a lot of that, right? He, as well as to fund a super PAC called Make America Great Again, Inc., which is expected to be used by Trump's team to back his agenda and candidates who support it while opposing any dissenters. He's taken in $200 million so far. The only thing, we talked to Barb McQuaid earlier today, and I thought, the one sliver of justice we can hope for is, he's going to commit new crimes. You know what? I don't know if he'll ever go to jail for any of the old ones now, but he is so emboldened now. So, I still believe, I really do. I still have some, as your friend Jill Winebanks would say, I still believe in justice, we're going to, again, even just the sentencing, I'll take it, because at least it goes on the record, we are inaugurating a convicted felon.
Right.
It's embarrassing, but at least it's the truth, right?
Yeah, we have to believe that justice is still alive, because if we don't, then it's going to send all of us crazy. To that point of, him committing new crimes, I just think about how many Hatch Act violations there were during term one, and these ethics and these rules that every president once respected and followed, and how they were just taken advantage of and just totally disobeyed, and how that's going to be the same thing this time, except even worse. And it's just, I don't think any of us are truly prepared of what's going to happen in this next 4 years. It's going to be a real
Aren't you exhausted already? And he's not even in yet. Exhausted.
Exactly.
Don't you feel like it's already happened the 4 years? You're just like, oh my God.
Oh, hi. I just finished, I'm going to say, an 11 billion mile bike ride. And thank God I happen to have this magic potion with me, ASEA, as seen on the Stephanie Miller Show. It helps my cells communicate better so that I can heal faster from overdoing because I'm lying about my age. I also use it on my face.